Hey guys, I got a new gun here from my collection I was going to share with you. Some of my long-term viewers probably have seen this before. I had to redo this video because of some platform issues. But this is a 22 Hornet. No, it's not the only 22 Hornet I have. This right here is just a dummy cartridge. But it's a little rimmed neck cartridge. You've probably heard of it, but a 22 Hornet rolling block action. And I'll zoom in a minute, but you can see kind of how the action works. You know, the classic rolling block, it's been around since probably the 1860s, 1870s. But this is obviously a one-off, a prototype rifle, again, from my collection. Let you get a little better look at the lines here. It has a little steeper angle than you'd see on most rolling blocks. And of course, it has this weird finger groove. The stock goes almost all the way to the end. Probably would have been better if it had been maybe a little shorter. It does have a front sight. There would be a back sight, but the scope rail is on there. But yeah, really neat little prototypey gun for my collection. The stock is American walnut linseed oil finishes. It does have a Pacmeyer ground to fit butt pad back here. But I wanted to show you a little more about how the action works. Some of you are probably familiar with this, but you cock it all the way back, and then you bring down this block, and that would allow you to load a cartridge. In this case, we have a dummy cartridge. You load it in here in the breech right there. Close this up. Fire. You can pull it back, and the extractor ejector is a little push thing right there. Push it on out. The original Remingtons had a different style. This is a little simpler. But yeah, really neat and really good strong action. You can see that when the trigger's pulled, the hammer goes under the block and everything rotates on these. Get a little better. These two pins right here, hammer rotates on this one, and the block rotates on that one. So when it's locked like this, that block is not coming back. Some other differences. A lot of times you'll see them the block handles on top. This one's off the side again to accommodate if you want to put a scope on it. A little more about it. There is a half cock position right here. That you can't pull through, so that's kind of a safe position there. The barrel is 22 inches long, and that's a Schilling barrel blank 1 in 16 twist, which is probably what you'd want for a 22 Hornet. But yeah, really interesting gun from my collection. You can see this bar here keeps the pins. There's one on the other side keeps these pins from coming out, and that's what takes all the force is those pins. So again, really sturdy action. I was actually reading an article in the Single Shot Journal about these rolling blocks, and they proved one time. It said they had 170 grains of black powder, 40 balls, and 2 wads, and that would have really taken up the entire length of the barrel. So that was, now granted, that was black powder, but that shows you how durable, how strong that rolling block action was. It wasn't very popular in America, but it was overseas, particularly 1880s, 1890s. But yeah, enough talking. Let me take the range, put a few rounds through it. You can see how it shoots. All right, let's do that. But no, it's a really fun gun to shoot, and one of my favorite calibers, that 22 Hornet. There's no recoil, and you can still reload for it if you want to. It's kind of, I guess the cartridge has been around since probably the 20s or the 30s. Not very popular today, but they do still make ammo for the 22 Hornet. But a little bit, some other things about it. It does have a questionable blue job on it, probably a cold blue. And like I said, the angle here is a little steeper than you'd see on most rolling blocks. But these guns are, they are just simple. They're just really simple guns. So, you really don't have to do a lot to clean the barrel because you can just, you have access to the breech all the way to the end. But to field strip it, there's not a lot of steps to do. What you can do is you take this the screw out right here, and this bar will come out, and then the pins for the block and the hammer can come out, and then you can pull those parts out. Let me do that real quick, and that's really the only field stripping step. So, like I said, if you take this little plate off here, these two, I guess, thick pins can come out, and this one controls that block, and you can see how that works. There's a little firing pin in here, and you can see when you shoot how they lock up like that. Make a really good contact. So again, only thing this thing can do is turn on that pin joint, and it can't go anywhere because the hammer went off. I've seen this action in shotguns and all sorts of calibers. Of course, big old honking hammer here. Of course, it has its own pin too. Again, these have been cold blued, but interesting design. It's an old one, but it doesn't get much simpler, and it doesn't get much more reliable than this kind of design right here. A little bit more down here in the receiver. It's all one piece. This is as far as you need to take it down for, for just field stripping. A simple trigger down here. There's the main spring for the hammer, and there's a spring down there. Probably can't see it too. A leaf spring to keep tension on the block to keep it from popping back up. Okay. Hey guys, real quick, if this kind of thing really interests you, I do have some books for sale on Amazon. There is a playlist on my channel called Books on Guns. There's a video on each one of these books, again, the guns from my collection. If this kind of thing really interests you, check out that playlist, and maybe there's some on Amazon you like. All right, back to it. So really, that's all the field stripping you normally do. Of course, you can get down here and clean everything. Have, of course, access to the barrel. So say this one does have a bipod on it. Probably wouldn't normally want a bipod on a rolling block, especially up front like that. But that's more for display purposes, so I can keep it propped up. So let me put the hammer and the block back in real quick. Well, like any good prototype, that took longer to put back than I thought. I actually had to take the trigger housing out to get everything back to fitting right again. But yeah, really neat gun. I was gonna say, if you guys really like this design, I do have a channel over on Rumble, Garage Guy 3006. If there's a more in-depth video over there, if this really interests you and you want to know a little bit more. So yeah, guys, there it is, my prototype 22 Hornet, I guess Remington rolling block action. It's been real fun gun to shoot. Like I said, such a historical cartridge and historical action in particular. But again, it's definitely an odd one. For you longtime viewers of my channel, I appreciate you guys, and I hope you like the new format. But again, hey, I appreciate you watching. Everybody, be safe and God bless. Thanks.